There are certain things that non-gamers should never say to gamers, and we're going to go over 10 of those right now. And the first one is press pause. Now, there's certain things you should never say to a gamer while they're playing. At the top of this list is press pause. Now, pausing a single-player game isn't a big deal. Telling someone to pause a multiplayer game is one of the most frustrating things you will ever experience. You can't pause a multiplayer game. When will people learn this? But, you know what's even worse than being told to pause a multiplayer game? How about turn it off, it's not important, at number 9. This is one you don't hear as often, but it's still insanely annoying when you do. Some people just don't get it. They don't understand video games, and they think it's totally okay. Just turn it off. But that doesn't mean they're not important to people. That's like saying stop reading your book, it's not important, or stop doing your hobby, it's not important. And hopefully, people will start respecting gaming a little more in the near future so we can stop hearing that one. Next up is stop getting mad, it's just a game. Now, getting mad is part of gaming. Every gamer gets mad at their favorite game from time to time. It's a love-hate relationship. It's just a natural part of the process. But nothing is more frustrating than when you're getting salty at a game and someone tells you not to be mad. I can't control it. People get mad at games because they're passionate about them and they want to be better. So naturally, when people try to tell you not to be passionate, it's probably going to get on your nerves pretty quickly. Next up is games make you dumb. This is one of the most annoying, outdated stigmas that is thankfully starting to die out. For a long time, it was thought that video games made people dumber or less attentive when it's been proven that they actually do the opposite. People who play fast-paced video games are actually much better than normal people at multitasking, attention to detail, fast decision-making, and operating vehicles. So next time someone tells you your hobby makes you dumb, you can tell them that science says otherwise. At number 6. Games make you violent. Another ridiculous stereotype that is thankfully starting to go away. People who think video games make people violent are wrong, and they're letting their biases get in the way of actual facts. Video games do not make people violent the same way that violent books or movies don't make them violent either. In fact, video games have been proven to be a great outlet for pent-up aggression, so it's quite the opposite. Think about it. If video games truly did make people violent, there would be way more violence in the world right now due to massive games like Fortnite, GTA, and Counter-Strike. These games have millions of people playing them every single day, but I don't see millions of people committing violent crimes every single day. Do you guys? At number 5, that game is dead. Now, it's become kind of an annoying thing in modern gaming culture to call games you don't like dead, even when it doesn't make any sense. Some people who like Fortnite like to call PUBG dead, even though there's hundreds of thousands of concurrent players every single day. People who don't like Fortnite, they say Fortnite's dead, even though it's still one of the biggest games in the world. If you want a truly dead game, let's go look at Lawbreakers or Radical Heights. But a game that isn't dead, a game isn't dead just because it's not as popular as it used to be or just because you don't like it. So quit calling games dead. It's annoying. At number 4, gamers are antisocial. This is another negative stereotype that's wrong. While gamers sometimes, they were antisocial back in the day, those days are pretty much over thanks to the invention of the internet and things called Discord, Twitter, online game voice chat, and all kinds of events. You have massive events like PAX that bring thousands upon thousands of people together to share the love for their hobby. So no, gamers are not inherently antisocial. Maybe they were in the 80s and 90s, but they definitely aren't anymore. At number 3, gaming is a waste of time, and I don't like this one. What is it about gaming that people think is a waste of time, but they think their hobbies are okay? I'm sure you've heard that quote by John Lennon. Time you enjoy wasting was not wasted. Plus, with the increasing popularity of things like esports, Twitch, and YouTube giving gamers a way to earn money off their hobby, is gaming really a waste of time? I think we probably all know that that's not the case. At number 2, gaming will never appeal to me. Now, a lot of people seem to think they will just never enjoy video games when in reality, they just haven't found a game that appeals to them. Now, I am saying that every single person who has ever lived will like video games? No, not at all. It's true that some people don't like games, and that's fine, but there are a lot of people who seem to think they dislike video games because they've only tried a handful of games. With all the different genres and styles of games, there really is something for everybody at this point. Maybe you like faster-paced action games. Maybe you like slower puzzle games. Or maybe you like sports games or simulation games or management games. You name it, there's a game for it. Again, I'm not saying everybody in the world will like games, but I am saying you shouldn't say games don't appeal to you when you haven't given them a fair chance. And finally, video games are for kids. This is false, okay? People like to throw it around in an effort to shame people out of their hobby. While a lot of gamers are under 18, they are not actually the majority of the gaming world. According to a 2014 study, the average age of a gamer in the U.S. was 31 years old, and the largest age group of gamers was 18 to 35. So the vast majority of gamers in the U.S. are adults. And yes, I know that the U.S. is not the entire world, but this study is still a great way to shut down people that say gaming is just for kids. Games are for everybody or whoever wants to enjoy them. And there you go. Those are 10 things that non-gamers shouldn't be allowed to say about gamers. Let me know one that we could have added to this list that didn't make it. My name is Chaos. This has been another episode of Gaming Facts by Gameology, and I'll see you soon.